Time now for Reporters Roundtable to put the headlines in perspective. Bud and Ross both still with us, and Berna Dean Steptoe, our political producer, back as well too. Ross, let's start with you in Roundtable here. Beto O'Rourke and Andrew White did not do as strong as many people expected, considering that people didn't know their opponents that well. And Lupe Valdez did a little better. What surprised you from Tuesday night?
Well, I was surprised that Beto O'Rourke got 61% instead of something higher than that. He was running against two people whose names were basically unknown. He was getting a lot of press. A lot of people have been paying attention to him both in the state and outside the state. So it was a smaller showing than I expected. That said, he won. He's the nominee. On the other race, the two front runners came out about where we expected them to be. Lupe Valdez has been on a ballot before first, followed by Andrew White.
O'Rourke is the nominee, guys, but indeed he didn't get any of the Rio Grande Valley counties.
Well, he did get the two largest. He got Brownsville, he got McAllen. He did not win Laredo, which really hurts. And he didn't win about 20 counties that, some of which you'd think he would win. But the Democrats have been counting all along on the Latino vote, the Latino surge, the vote south of I-10 being the key to the blue wave of the Democratic comeback. Some of those Latinos are coming out and voting for Latino candidates.
Take away from Tuesday night, Berna Dean, what was it?
I think that Valdez was a surprise to me. I didn't expect her to do as well because of the campaigning. However, the counties that she did win, they were not surprising. They came out heavily for her.
And White has a problem. He's a yellow dog Democrat running in a blue wave year.
Good point there too, Bud. Ross, it didn't take long at all. Polls hadn't even closed before Ted Cruz kind of started fired the first salvo in the general election with the Twitter ad, and Cruz also called him Robert O'Rourke. How do you expect this race to unfold?
I think Robert and Raphael are going to have a blast for the next 8 months. This is going to be a very tough race, and I wasn't surprised to see him come out punching. I think this is going to be a great one to watch.
Tremendously entertaining.
You think so?
Because one thing that Cruz did learn from that presidential election, you have to come out swinging. He's going to be negative, and it doesn't even matter what he says in terms of using the Robert, but it's going to be a fight, and Democrats had better step up.
Until he was 12, Cruz actually was known as Felito. So it's Felito Cruz against Robert O'Rourke, and let the elementary school name calling start.
Berna Dean makes a good point. Democrats must step up because yes. Republicans, Cruz is going to come out swinging. Can O'Rourke sustain that, Bud?
Well, this is the wake-up call that now he has to actually run, and he has to endure the bombardment of ads from one of the best organizers, one of the best fundraisers the Republican Party has seen.
Right. Ross, let me ask you about Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick saying the age of the liberal Republican is over. Judging by what happened Tuesday night, is it?
He got a more Republican or a more arch-conservative Senate than he had before. Bob Hall, he protected, he kept him in. Craig Estes, he replaced with Pat Fallon. It gets a notch more conservative, and that's a notch in Patrick's direction. His problem is what it has always been, though. The Texas House isn't the Texas Senate, and he's got to get his bills through there, too.
A few more conservatives won in the House, but some of those seats may be taken by Democrats. I think John Zerwas probably looks like a more likely speaker, candidate now for the next speaker. But, it's not that the names changed in the House so much as the pressure changed. Some of those other House members who've been moderates, may be a little more conservative when they see that $500,000 from the Wilkes brothers or from Tim Dunn sitting on the other side.
And one of these days, he's going to have to realize he needs to stop the civil war within the Republican Party. Because sooner or later, they will need every Republican, because the demographics show that it might be harder, not statewide until later down the road, but they're going to have to come together, and they might. But he needs to stop the civil war.
Talk for many more episodes to come. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it.